Gentlemen, I want you to imagine last week you made $65,000 cash. You're living in your dream city with your dream car, with your dream girlfriend, living the life of your dreams, and all of that is possible because of the law of attraction. In this video, I'm gonna be breaking down 5 steps that I've learned over the last 5 years that has made me 7 figures using the law of attraction. And these are laws that you may or may not have heard of before, but if you learn how to apply them, let me tell you this, gentlemen, you will start to have a fun life. And so, why should you listen to me? I don't know. I'm just having a good time. And by the way, I'm not just trying to flex on you guys. I'm just trying to have a good time. I rented this car. It was about $1,500, but 65K cash is what came in last week, hot here in Dubai. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. So before we get into it, I got to give you guys a nice little tour of this beautiful GT3 RS, because yes, you're going to be learning some mindset. You're going to be learning how to apply this material to your life. But what good is that if we can't take a look at this beautiful car? Look at that. All right, let's get into it. So we're going to start with number 5, how you can manifest your dream life. So this is the Dummies guide. All right. So in the Porsche, what we're going to do, turn here. And we got the, let me show you guys here. We got the YSEC package, so you can see it right there. We got the roll cage, and gotta love it. Look at the little door thing here. All right. Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, today we got a nice little one. Let me get the seatbelt on. Okay, so we'll go ahead and get this bad boy started here. Check this out. All right, we're gonna put it in manual mode. Let's see if I can actually drive manual mode with the with one hand, but let's roll it. All right, guys, so the first thing you're gonna have to realize if you want to understand the Dummies guide of manifesting your dream life is you have to take control of your thoughts. Now, I swear, you guys are gonna have to pay attention to me right now. You have heard the things that I'm talking about, but you're not applying it. If you're not earning 7 figures a year, living the life that you want, you feel a little bit stuck or inconsistent, that's totally fine. But knowing something and doing something are 2 different things. So I want you to pay attention. So your thoughts create your reality. That's the first step. It doesn't matter it doesn't matter what's going on outside of you. And the craziest thing is, this is not the first YouTube video that you've watched when it comes to law of attraction and mindset. And you've heard the fact that thoughts create your reality, but yet you're checking your bank account and it made you feel some type of way this morning, right? And then here you are understanding what to do, but not fully applying it. You understand what I'm saying? So the first thing we're gonna have to understand is that your thoughts create your reality. Now the second step is you have to understand paradigm programming. So no matter how much knowledge that you gather, whether it's knowledge about mindset or whether about knowledge on your business model. So you've been in business for some time, you're watching a bunch of YouTube videos, you know how to do marketing, you know how to run ads and funnels and everything. We gotta make a right. Let me see here. Guys, driving this car is insane, I must admit. So you know about your business, but that doesn't control what you're necessarily gonna do. And that's because of something called your paradigm. A paradigm is a part of your subconscious mind. It's your lens in which you see the world. Hold on, let me do this for you guys. Let me just, here we go. Oh, snap. All right, there's like a bump in the road. There we go. Oh yes, okay, so there's cameras here in Dubai, guys, so you can't run that shit. Like, there's a camera right there. Anyways, let's continue. Paradigm programming. You know what to do inside your mind, but that doesn't necessarily mean you're gonna do it. And that's because inside your subconscious mind is a host of what we call habits. And those habits are ultimately what control your life. Because you know you're supposed to be in the gym, you know you're supposed to eat better, you know you're supposed to make some more money, you know you're supposed to post content. You know what to do, but you're not doing it. That's called the paradigm, bro. And so unless we get that in alignment, how do we actually get that in line? Well, what you need to do is you need to start replacing the old thoughts about yourself, the limiting thoughts, the limiting beliefs, the thoughts that say things like, oh, you should go to college, oh, you need to run a business, that you should not hire people, that making $10,000 a month is enough. Like, that's crazy, guys. That's crazy. Last week, in a 7-day period, I did 80K in revenue, 65K cash in a week. And there's times in my life that my goal was to make 10K a month. Like, that's wild. I'm spending $3,000 today just to like make all this content and, you know, enjoy my life on this little weekend. And I thought I'd bring you guys along with my little camera here. So it's like 10K is not enough money, gentlemen. Like, you're gonna have to start thinking much bigger than where you're at now. So that's an example of an idea that you have fixed in your paradigm that thinks that 10K, 20K, 30K a month is a lot of money and it might be unattainable. So the first step, your thoughts create your reality. In order for us to change your life, you're gonna have to take control of your thoughts. Step number 2, what we're gonna have to do is reprogram that paradigm. First, understand what it is, and then start to place in new thoughts that start to control your behavior. Third thing that we're gonna wanna do is get clear on where you're going. Bro, like for example, you see my little GPS here? I have a destination on where we're going. I got another Porsche right there. A lot of the times, you don't know where you're going, and it's not that clear. If I ask you what exactly does it look like that you want your life to look like at, say, 100K a month, you tell me this very vague image. In order to plant into the subconscious mind, the subconscious mind only stands images backed by emotions. So here you are, you're working hard, but yet you're not working on a clear image. You're not working on a clear image that you can plant to the subconscious mind. And that's the key, man. It's just doing that repetitiously. Like, you need to get out a piece of paper and a pen and write down exactly what you want your life to look like. And because when you get so clear on what it's like this GPS here. We have an end destination. For some of you, you're so vague in that you would say, let's just say you're in Miami right now, okay? And you want to come to Dubai. For some of you, your goal would be something like, I want to go from Miami to Dubai. Like, that's a good start, but that's not that. Where in Dubai? Business Bay, JVC, Marina? You know, where exactly? And so that's you saying, oh, DeAndre, I want to make $100,000 a month. That's very vague. Doing what? How? So you'd say something, DeAndre, I want to go from my apartment in Miami. I want to land in Business Bay at the Upside Living Tower. That's where I want to live in apartment 19. That's an example. Very specific. So now when you arrive on the GPS, you know that you know you're there. So what would that look like when you're writing your goal card? It would say something like this: I'm so happy and grateful now that I make $100,000 a month in my coaching business by using YouTube, right? And that's what I do. I make YouTube videos and I generate, 7 figures a year worth of business. So it's very specific. So when I'm going towards my destination, like right there on my map, guess what? What am I doing throughout the day? I'm working on my YouTube channel, making thumbnails. I'm making things that are gonna grow my business. Does that make sense? A lot of you guys are just doing a bunch of random shit, a bunch of random actions, a bunch of random things that are not actually moving you in the direction where you want to go. Does that make sense? Gotta have clarity. So the next step now, and this is the key that's going to keep all of you stuck in poverty if you don't learn it, and that is what I call rejecting the projection. What do I mean by rejecting the projection? Okay, so you see this world out here, like this, even the car that I'm driving. Let's take this GT3 RS for example. This GT3 RS is not real. It was created in the minds of the men behind the Porsche. Okay, they're designers and they use their imagination, put some metals and materials together, and here they are. And I'm driving this beautiful car, which I'm gonna start ripping after I'm done making this video with you guys. So what is real is what I call the formless substance, the code, infinite intelligence, the subconscious mind, the matrix. There's many different things that it's being called. But behind this world is a matrix, some type of code that responds to consciousness of what your thoughts are, which is why I said, number one, you have to take control of your thoughts. Based on what your thoughts are, that is gonna control what you project into the matrix. So in order to reject the projection, everything that's coming to your life right now, the money, your girlfriend, the car that you're driving, all of that is a manifestation of your old thinking patterns. So in order for us to start thinking in a new way, which is easy, right? You start thinking like you're a millionaire, you start acting, thinking, feeling, all this kind of good stuff, right? But what happens is your outside world sucks you back in. You start to look at your bank account and it gets you sad. You start to make decisions based on how much money you have. Oh, you need to hire that coach, but oh, that's $10,000 to hire that coach. Oh no, I don't have the money. What if business goes down? And then you bonk, right? Then you fold. That's exactly what I'm talking about. That was a skill that I learned later, like as I was working with Bob Proctor, was to reject the projection. Because my life was so bad back in the day that I had to reject everything that was going on around me, because the material that I was studying said that everything was possible. But then my outside world said everything was negative and was impossible. So I decided to reject everything that was going on around me and start to fully immerse myself and embody the version of myself and embody as if everything was done. It was weird. It was like I was living in a video game. I just detached from everything that was around me. And so in order for you to really understand this Dummies guide of manifesting your dream life, bro, you're gonna have to reject the projection. Meaning you're gonna have to reject everything that's in the 3D world. Your bank account, the living situation, you're living with your parents, your business is stuck at 10K a month, 30K a month, right? You've been stuck for years. You've hired a bunch of coaches, you got burned, you got scammed. All this negative shit, you keep talking about it and you keep holding those thoughts on, and those are things that are holding you back, man. If you're gonna want to go to the next level, you're gonna have to go in with all faith and reject everything that's going around you and have full faith that the images that you're holding, which is your thoughts, you're working on your paradigm, you're planting into your subconscious mind, that eventually it's gonna become manifest, right? You begin rejecting the projection, right? The next one here is, the final one is until. You have to do it until. You see, most men will quit. They will get quit. Guys, I swear 99% of people would have quit under the circumstances that I was living in. Even when I got here to Dubai, when I was living day to day in an apartment, when I was sleeping on couches, sleeping in cars, most people would quit. Most people quit when the views don't come. Most people quit when the clients are not coming, when the calendar's not booked out. You see, you have to do it until. You need to get that shit tattooed on your wrist. Do it until. I don't care how long it takes. If it takes 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, it doesn't matter. If you keep holding the thoughts of exactly what you want, you reprogram your paradigm, you start to place the images of what that version of yourself looks like. You start to think like him, act like him, feel like him, plant those new habits into your mind. You start to get very clear on where exactly that you're going. You have a piece of paper and a pen. You're down to the T of what color GT3 RS you're driving. Then you start to reject the projection, meaning everything that's around you, you don't allow yourself to get emotionally involved in it. And that is when life will start to change for you. And then the final step, and this is the one that 99% of people will fail on, you have to do it until, bro. Until. I don't care how long it takes. You could be going through the biggest situation, but this is your man reaching out to you. This is your older brother, DeAndre, reaching out to you saying that it's possible. It's possible. Yes, I'm in a rented car, but the fact that I can spend $3,000 just today, just to take this car out for fun to the mountains. We're heading out to the mountains right now. Got my film crew that's going to meet me out there, make some content, take Vanessa out to dinner. That's another $1,000. So I'll spend $5,000 today, and I can. And it's cool, and I'm not here to flex on you, bro, because I was not like this a couple years ago. But all I did was I applied these materials that I learned from my mentor, Bob Proctor, scale my business to $100,000 a month, and that's exactly what happened to me. So if you actually want to dive deeper on this is more of kind of a lifestyle video. What I recommend doing is checking out my master classes. So what you do is look at my YouTube channel right now. Any of the G's guides video, any of those YouTube videos that are more than 30 minutes, I'd recommend watching those, because that's where I really get on the whiteboard and teach you exactly what to do. This is more of for my car guys that just need a little bit of motivation as they're whipping this. Let me see if I can give you a nice little pull here. Woo! Yeah, I'm not trying to drive with just one hand, gentlemen. But that's it. Check out those videos. This is your man, Mr. Law of Attraction. See you in the next video.